Connor Goldson of Rangers has been given a pretty insane team this season item, and in this video today we're going to try it out. If you want to improve your ultimate team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieran, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. So with Rangers having a pretty unbelievable season, I do expect them to have a couple more team this season items over the next few weeks. I'm thinking Tavernier and probably one other will get one. So yeah, head down as Tavernier. Although he's an absolute beast now, I can only imagine how good his team this season variant is going to be. Anyway, we're here to focus on the centre back, who obviously does have some premium hyperlinks in the game, one of them being shown on screen, but he's also obviously got a hyperlink to a FUT birthday Ryan Kent, who is pretty mad as well. So with that in mind, let's now move on and have a look at this card. 2-star, it's a centre back. Not too bad. Definitely would prefer a better weak foot though. Stands at 6'3", so is a good height, and does actually have some pretty insane in-game stats. And I think by just looking at the card, you can tell which chem style we are going to be using, but we'll discuss that a bit more in a few moments. But first of all, pace, obviously really nice. This stage of the game, you do expect that kind of pace on centre backs. Physicals for this item look pretty mad, really good strength of 96, and he's also got really good jumping too of 89. Combine that with the fact that he's 6'3", aerially he should be an absolute monster. In regards to defending stats, they're pretty good. They're not elite, but they're pretty good considering his rating. Nice stand tackle rating of 86 and good interceptions of 86. No stand tackle of 88, I misread. Anyway, dribbling, fairly nice once more for a centre back. 74 agility certainly isn't too bad. Nice reactions also of 86 and good composure of 85, also worth noting. And then finally in the passing section, nice short and long passing both above 90, and also decent vision of 82, so hopefully can distribute rather well out the back and we don't just have to punt the ball clear every single time. So like I previously touched on, I think the chem style we're going to use is pretty obvious. His physical stats are pretty stacked, so Shadow just seems to be a bit of a no-brainer. Not only does it just give him a massive pace boost, but also gives him key boost in the defensive column, which does actually just make him look like a really elite centre back. So hopefully that's how it works out. In all honesty, something like a Sentinel would actually be really good for this guy, but at this stage of the game I just think so many people are going to use Shadow or Anchor instead, so because of that, that's what we're going to use for this review. But as I say, I think Sentinel would certainly be good enough also, but we're going to go Shadow. What would you guys use? Let me know in the comments. Okay, in Goldson's debut, we are up against this absolute monstrosity of a team. Interestingly, he's got Celtics, Edouard in his side as well. It's a nice team. Yeah, very good. Very pacey backline too. Mbappe has put the ball through. It's Edouard versus Goldson, one-on-one. Well, it was. Then cut back, but then Goldson just nabs the ball from him with relative ease. Brings it upfield. I wanted to run from Neymar there, but just didn't come. Chance as Mahrez gets out wide. Goldson in hot pursuit and does well to dispossess him of the ball. Edouard, one-on-one with Goldson once more. He's got no one in support and just made it look easy, to be fair. I think he was just waiting for his team to come help him out and they just never did. We know he's going to cut inside. Oh, I just couldn't get the block to it. To be fair, I don't blame him for that. Like, not many people would have got to that, but we tried. Edouard, trying to get around Goldson. Nice interception there. Stretching out to win that ball. Well, unfortunately, at the break, the score is 2-2. It's all square, and yeah, a bit disappointing to be level, but it is what it is. I feel confident about winning the game. I just wish we didn't concede the first goal because it was a big error from myself. Interesting there from Goldson. Didn't quite complete the tackle, but just did enough. Goldson with the big hoof up the field, which might actually turn into a decent through ball. Going to be a bit of chaos here. I can sense it. I knew something was going to happen there. I just knew something weird was going to come from that. I don't know what it is, but in situations like that, you always seem to get just like a random animation as Goldson makes another nice challenge. Get to that. Oh, that's a bad miss, and we're going to come... Oh, no, we're not. Tavernier's going to save us, but that was a very unfortunate miss, that. Oh, Edouard gets ahead of him. There we go. Nice positioning. We knew to cover that cutback pass. Oh, Goldson having none of that turn. Short to Goldson, and then we'll ping it up the field. And my opponent, for whatever reason, just giving up there, and that allows Neymar to create a chance. And we could score a nice goal here. the shot comes away. Okay, so full time in this one. Sadly, no clean sheet, but that went when I made a terrible defensive read in the first half. The second goal we conceded, I don't think Goldson could have done too much about. Yeah, it was a hard shot to block, but other than that, he was pretty solid in the game, and don't really have many complaints. There was obviously that one incident, but let's hope that that was just a one-off. In the next outing, we are up against this, just a standard Premier League side. That's a rarity nowadays, isn't it? Especially in this division. Vardy, Goldson just comes across there and just shoves him off the ball with relative ease, and then I just ran him back into trouble. Luckily, we got the foul, but that was all my fault. Oh, well positioned there by Goldson, who once again nabs the ball off Jamie Vardy. Gonna go short, get the ball to Goldson, who's gonna fire the ball up the field for hopefully Neymar to get on the end of. Oh, that was unfortunate. Ball's whipped in. Goldson clears nicely into the path of Mbappe too, and now maybe we can counter. Oh, please someone get on that. Oh, Goldson, get rid. Thank you. That was a bit of a worrying situation. And that's going to be a red card. Well, it is half-time, and it's been a pretty dominant first 45. Hopefully, we can keep the clean sheet in the second half. Goldson once more with a chance to distribute. I'm really liking this long ball from him. It just seems to find the winger regularly. Back to Vardy. He's going to try and get around Goldson, but he's done kind of well before. I thought fouled by Ndidi, but he must have got the ball. God, nice. I pulled Goldson out of line there, and I made a bit of a bad error, but luckily he connected with that pass. Vardy tries to get the through ball, but Goldson's having absolutely none of that and puts through a through ball of his own. We've got a free kick in an interesting area here, and he keeps moving his goalkeeper, so I'm just wondering if we can take advantage of that. Like, this is a long shot. Like, literally. Let's see what we can do. Goldson, can he get it on target? He can, but the power just wasn't there in the slightest. It like looped over. Bissaka. Oh, wow. Goldson just lined him up and just wiped him out. Ball comes to Goldson. We like this switch. Just a long ball up the field. Finds the winger in space nearly every single time. Is he going to pull his keeper? Well, the full-time whistle has blown, and annoyingly, we bottled the clean sheet. It was a 4-1 game in at the end. Just a bit annoyed to have conceded that goal, but it is what it is. We got sweated, and there wasn't too much we could do. But nonetheless, pretty solid performance. My opponent wasn't the best of players. I think that was fairly easy to tell. But yeah, we did a decent job in that game. Okay, so a couple of games done. Let's now discuss the performances of this Connor Goldson. Nice item. I like it. It's a very good centre-back card. I don't think it's elite or top tier, but it's still a very, very nice item. And in-game, as I say, did a very good job. Ultimately, though, I will say, if this item wasn't or didn't have the hyperlinks that it does, I think his price would literally be halved, probably even more. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are literally just paying for them hyperlinks to Tavernier and Kent, which is understandable because they're pretty good players. Anyway, Goldson himself, as I say, is a very nice centre-back option. I obviously am a big fan of the pacing game. He does feel quick, both when coming forward with the ball and when tracking back without it, which is nice. Obviously, the Shadow chem style did help with that as well, but I feel like that's the chem style that literally everyone is going to have on this guy. We're going to end team the season with everyone having pretty much 95 plus pace centre-backs anyway. Physically, he's pretty good. I like the strength, I like the aggression, I like the fight for the ball, and aerially also he was very, very solid for me, so big on that. Defensively as a whole, as I say, he was solid. I don't think he's as dominant in the tackle as some other elite tier centre backs, and I think that's what the difference is between these kind of cards and them top tier ones, but still defensively for the most part very, very nice. Made plenty of intercepts, which is great, and his tackling ability was up to a very good standard. When he's actually on the ball for a centre back, I feel like he's quite composed in possession, and he definitely does have the ability to distribute, which is something that I was really, really big on. I never like to really clear it with my centre backs. I always like to pass out the back, and this card is actually really, really good for that. His short passing and long passing, even with his 2-star weak foot, the left foot, isn't actually that bad, which kind of surprised me. Is it brilliant? No, obviously not. It's a 2-star weak foot, but wasn't as terrible as I thought it would be. Another thing that I liked about this card as well was the positioning, which is good. Yeah, he just sat back and defended, which was very, very nice, and only really ever shot out a line when I pulled him out. So yeah, happy days all round. So ultimately, I don't think there's like a standout negative to this card. All I would say is he's just not as strong or as dominant in the tackle as some of the higher tier centre centre-backs. But other than that, it's a very good item, definitely usable, and will do a great job for some of you, I am sure of that. I don't think he's as effective in-game as some other English centre-backs, like your What If Smallings, but still, it's a really nice card, and as I say, if you need the links to players like Kent and Tavernier, it's a great option to have, and as I say, it will do a good job. I do expect his price to come down, and it might actually rise later in the promo if Rangers get more Team of the Season cards, so it might actually be one to watch in terms of maybe making some profit on. But yeah, keep an eye on his price, see where it goes. Anyway, I'm rambling, let's wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave a like rating on it. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on this item. If you tried him, let me know how it was for you. But other than that, thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.